Uh, Good morning. Oh, snap. Ultimate. Let me look at this. Let me go to here. Good Saturday morning. Did they give me a refund? What is this? $6. I did not get my refund. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not planning to be on here too long. I'm yawning, but believe it or not, I've been up easily for an hour and a half. Easily. I'm just an early riser. And I can't really turn it off when I'm blessed with a long weekend. So it is what it is. But to the contrary, I was trying to stay up late yesterday and I just couldn't. I was fighting so hard to stay awake and off to sleep I went. But good morning, good morning. And as much as I've been moving about, I have not got me a cup of coffee yet, but I will. I don't plan for this one to be too long, but I might do a few short ones today, and I might do a long live. I don't know. Um, because stuff I was planning to do yesterday, I did not really do much. I didn't. I chilled. I did a whole lot of chilling, and I did take my braids out, so I gotta wash my hair and braid my hair and all that kind of stuff. But I will. Which, I mean, I could be on live and be braiding my hair. Once I part it, I'm I'm in there like swimwear. That's easy. It'd be the parting that'd be a mess. And I'm seeing these little new little parts where they got the little slant little situation going on. I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling that. I'm gonna do that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do me a little parts and do the little slant situation. Then my birthday hair will already be done. We in there like swimwear. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. If you are listening, please double tap the screen for a like. If you catch it on the replay, please hit the thumbs up for a like. Appreciate that so much. I was saying hype it up at first, because everybody was talking about this hype button. But now that I done looked, even people's videos that are hyped, I can't find where you hype it at. Thank you so much. I can't find where you hype it at, and I'm thinking maybe it's associated with being monetized. But even the people that are monetized, I'm looking for their hype button and I just can't find it. So maybe that's just me. Um, it's got to be somewhere, or maybe I'm also wondering if a certain amount of people hype somebody's video, is that it for them? Like, is there a max number of hypes or whatever? I don't know, but I'll wait until I see for sure a hype button on my video and then I'll stop. I mean, and I'll probably start saying it again. But anyway, hey, hey, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. Valentine baby in the house. Welcome in. Um, so I came over here about Maritza, West Indy. Her former name, West Indy Mommy, Maritza. She also said her name is Maritza. So um she's doing her lives again. And of course, at this point, it just looked like she just gonna be live for hours and hours and hours on end. And it's working for her because if you live 4, 5, 6 hours, if you go live back to back and you just live, the views are gonna rack up. And then what they say, you get paid every so what, 1,000 views or something, however much that is. Hey, if she's trying to get some money to pay rent or whatever she needs it for, because y'all know I don't fully buy the rent. I'm not saying she don't owe on the rent, but y'all know how I feel about it. I already said, and I ain't buying her story as she tells it. Um, It'll bring money to her, so it's a good idea. If she's sitting at home and she ain't doing anything, maybe she, yeah, well, I would say a bit of beneficial. She'd have thought about it before, but she thought about it now. That's good. She was on TikTok too, so that's good. And it's really at a point of like do something for yourself and not be completely dependent upon others. That's a really good idea. Good. So keep doing that. That's what I would say. Keep doing it then. Like you at home, you not really doing anything anyway. Do that. But I don't know what she gonna talk about. She ain't gonna know she ain't gonna keep talking about that baby daddy like she been. I'm not saying don't talk about him. Tell the story. To tell her he over there. And the reason I say that, I'm not being messy. So let me tell you why I say it. Cause he over on his page talking crap about her. He over there talking about give him his baby and her send her other kids to her mother, which she responded on this last live that I watched, that she said her mother doesn't even like him, which is funny because I believe her. I believe her. I absolutely believe her because he's, first of all, he's been stressing her for since she met him. He's been back and forth. He's been inconsistent. He has not been dependable. He's not what a man is supposed to be, a protector, a provider. He hasn't. He's been a F boy. That's what he's been. Straight F boy. His energy was F boy out the gate. He 40 something years old. I'm talking about when she first put him on the camera a few years ago. This is a 40 something year old. She at that point, I think, was like 29, 20, not late 20s, she was. And instead of being like a man about the fact that you sitting here with this woman who said she's going to do a Q&A and he gave her his approval to do so, he was over there giving this, trying to give what I think he was attempting to project tough guy energy. It didn't come off that way. It just came off as F boy, because how old does it take for you to man up? How old do it take for you to man up? I don't, but I don't know. It's like I'm trying to. I was. I'm stuttering right now because it's something I'm thinking about. Do I want to say it or do I not? I think it comes from your upbringing. That's all I'm gonna say. People be married with children at a young age. Sometimes I'm talking about in their 20s, and then you have dudes like him who already had 5 kids. He was working on making number 6 with her, which ultimately happened, and he was sitting there acting like he couldn't really be bothered to answer the questions. He ain't buy the food that they sitting there eating, and he acting like this tough guy who halfway not interested, although he's really loving the attention, because if he really felt the way he was trying to project, then he wouldn't have agreed to do the interview. So that is the tale to me. To me, anybody that bought into his actions are slow, because you got to be able to see through it. Like, nobody's going to agree to do an interview if they don't want to be interviewed. You a grown man, you agree. So don't sit there and act like you can't really be bothered to answer questions for real, or you slacking on that. If you agree to do it, then do it. That's just adulting anyway. That's adulting. You get a choice. So once you commit to it, don't mess her video up. And I don't even really care for her like that. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, he's a messed up person. And I mean, like I said yesterday, they both bad. But she was over there talking about him, and she was saying that what's happening is he's calling and texting, and everything they're doing is through text, and she just don't want to be bothered with him. She's not being bothered with him, and that's what he's really upset about. So since she isn't bothering with him, he he took to his social media to drag her and say, the things that he posted on his community wall. And I thought about this quote. The quote, excuse me. The quote goes like this. Hold on, let me drink some water real quick. The quote goes like this. I want to say it goes, when they cannot control you, they will they will try to control how people see you. Something like that. It's either they can when they can't or when they can no longer. I think it's no I wanna say it's no longer. Let me just look it up. But I do think it is when they can no longer control you, they will try to control how people see you. Let me see. Imma look it up. Okay, there it is. It says, "When they can no longer control you, they will try to control what others think of you." And then here's another version of it. When a toxic person can no longer control you, they will try to control how others see you. Now, here's when the rest of it when they do the long version of it. The rest of it goes like this. The misinformation will feel unfair, but stay above it, trusting that other people will eventually see the truth, just like you did. She ain't got to fight back and forth with him. Don't give her, don't, I mean, she should not give him her energy. She shouldn't. It's easier said than done. I know that's the father of her child, but at the end of the day, he ain't really been there and he's not manning up. So she said that he said he's done a lot for the children. I mean, somebody in the comment section told her that. I meant to say, somebody in the comment section told her that he was saying he had done a lot for her and her kids. And she's like, no, he didn't. He did not. She said he never watched the kids. He's never been with the kids when she wasn't there. Good, because look at the way he talked about your kids, those other two boys. He didn't claim them like he been around them for years and he developed love for them and they're his son's sibling and he feels some sort of affection, like a parental kind because he's with the mother. He didn't. He distanced himself and it was cold. It was those other two boys. So good you never left your boys around him. And don't. That's not how you talk about kids that you care for. Um, he could have simply he could I'm just saying there's so many ways he could have said it other than the way he posted it. So, he looked like he's selfish and he doesn't care anyway. Um, and she said that finance wise, the only thing he ever did was buy them groceries one time. And I presume, my guess is, and I'm only guessing, that's why I'm saying that it's speculating because she didn't specify, or maybe I didn't watch enough of it to see that. But she is now saying he bought those groceries that one time. Now, let me tell you what happened. I said it before, but I'm going to bring it back up, right? Just to put my spin on what I think is happening. She was asking for groceries. She was online saying, I have no food. I need groceries, blah, 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 blah. She got a delivery that was groceries. Now, who has her address? I don't know, but she definitely had up like different times that she had up gift registries or wish lists where people can order and send stuff to her. So maybe that's how they got her address, or did she put it out when she said she needed groceries? I don't know if she had a wish list for the grocery because I didn't watch enough of that video to see, because it'd be too long and it'd be too much. So I'll watch some of it. Sometimes I watch the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched enough when I was sitting there watching her on screen begging for groceries. And I was like, this is too much, right? Like, girl, where's your benefits? Why didn't you buy what y'all needed? And if you gotta eat noodles to get you through the month, box mashed potatoes and hot dogs and sausages and stuff like that. Okay, excuse me. Hold on. Y'all, one second. I gotta, ooh, sitting there with this baby in the NICU on the screen and it popped up. I just can't, ugh, it hits me. Hold on one second. I can't look at babies like that. Excuse me. Just give me a minute. I didn't this program was on TV. I'm not really watching it. It's watching me. And I looked up at the screen and I'm like, I don't want to see that. Po baby. Give me a minute. The groceries. Excuse me. I guess I'm just a little bit congested, but the groceries, somebody sent her groceries anonymously. She was on screen begging for groceries, and then she got a delivery, and it was groceries, stuff that she needed. Another content creator was saying the things that need to be said about him and her. And he popped up on her panel in an attempt to, I guess, defend himself and also make an ally. And in that time, he said that he sent the groceries anonymously. Well, he said he sent those groceries that she received, even though when she looked at her package and she was like, "Oh, who sent these?" And it said anonymous. So, um, she that's what she said, anonymous. So he popped up on the screen and he said that he sent the groceries. And I just personally never believed him. I never believed him. And I didn't believe him because if you're the father of her child that's on the way at the time and she needs food, why wouldn't you buy food with your chest stuck out? I don't mean it like be egotistical. I mean stand 10 toes on it. Like, I got her. That woman is carrying my baby. I'm going to make sure she fed. Here, baby mama, groceries from me. I mean, you got access to call her directly. Pick up the phone. Like, hey, you don't need to keep asking for groceries. I got you. Send me a list. Do an order. I'll go get it. Do an order. I'll have it delivered. Or however that works. You don't go like, ooh, let me anonymously get some groceries and have them delivered. It sounds like bullshit and I'm not buying it. Unless we'll come out here with a receipt, a bona fide receipt with that month and date and all of that on it that Marissa stamps on like approval of, yeah, that was the exact date because I remember around the time, then maybe. But other than that, if he don't prove it, it's all cap. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And for any man to move the way he moves and think that it's masculine, because he always talking about this masculinity. And at some point he was trying to, well, okay, let me finish that. Um, if any man thinks that's masculine, then they have it mixed up. And I don't have to be a man to understand that his behavior is not masculine. Hey, TMC, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Now, what I was going to say about masculinity. The person that interviewed him when he first dragged the first time I saw him publicly drag Maritza, I forgot the guy's name. I told y'all some of these people's names I never committed to memory. Um, but he's shoot, I wish I could remember his name right now. He's in what they call the manosphere. And I think the only reason I actually saw his channel Well, his channel would come up from time to time, and I just clicked past it once I realized he was on that bull. He on that toxic masculinity, and he's given like he got a problem with his mother. I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to say nothing about his mother, but I just think is I just question men that just has such a bad attitude when it comes to women in general. When you swim through a woman's birth canal to get here, so why you so mad at women? I just be wondering. But anyway, that this one guy that is in the manosphere, and that's all the type of talk that he does is that toxic masculinity bullish. Marcus was over there too, by the way, at some points interacting with them or whatever. But it's not hard to be like, oh, toxic masculinity, Marcus. Come on, man. Anyway, because I got another thought. I'm gonna say that in a minute. But because well, so anyway, that's where I saw that's what who interviewed him, one of those channels, and he just dragged Maritza for filth, but then later popped up back with her and had a baby with her, so I guess she wasn't that bad. Guess she wasn't that bad. Two things I want to say. So when it comes to the Marcus thing, Marcus, I was saying like, it's not hard to believe with him with the toxic masculinity, in my opinion. Now, bopping over to Marcus for a quick second. Marcus was taking Quita. Quita's out of jail. Um, she got bonded out pending her court date, I believe is the situation. I haven't fully watched that stuff yet. I've only watched bits and pieces of it. I ain't even watched the full makeover yet. I only watched part of it. Marcus took Quita to get a makeover. Let me stick to what I want to say because I'm gonna come back and do content about that. Quita's cousin went with her to get the makeup done. Y'all, if you're listening, please double tap the screen for a like. Thank you. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. Quita's cousin apparently had big boobs because Marcus kept being like, ooh, they're them big old titty. I said, and he just kept saying, "The big old titty." Oh, well, okay, I'm going to stop. The big old titty. I said, boy, you so disrespectful. Who do you think you are? Well, she might have been making her uncomfortable. That's what I'm talking about. We talk to the 18-year-old. You got them big old titties. You ain't got no bra. Do you got a bra on, Yester? You ain't got no bra on, do you? Them big old titties. Boy, you don't get to talk to women like that. And they just let him. I figure like he the type if you call him out or say something to him, he'll act like you the problem. So what the hell? Who raised you? You don't get to just walk around talking about people's private body parts. You can think it if you want to. You could say it in your phone, text somebody. But you don't just get to be looking at women and you think big old butt. That big old what the hell? Something is wrong with that man. I'm gonna keep on saying it. And yes, I'm one of the content creators talking about him, and I'm not for him. Some of you eating off me, but you're talking about me, and basically you should be in favor of him. Man, kiss your own nuts since you want to talk about body parts. Cause what the hell? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But anyway, the baby daddy what was interviewed, like I said, by somebody in a manosphere. So if you're so into all that masculinity, that toxic masculinity, then why wouldn't you, with your chest stuck out, buy your baby mama groceries and stand on it? Because that's men protect and provide. Buying groceries is providing, right? So you want to anonymously provide, but that's punk. That's some punk. That's what it is. It's some simp energy. But the truth is, I don't believe he bought the groceries, but maybe he convinced Maritza that he did because now she's saying he bought groceries. But the thing about it is, she said the only thing he's done is bought them groceries. I want to say she say a meal too. I'm gonna have to go back and watch, but she for a fact said bought groceries. She said he ain't washed the kids, he ain't did nothing for the kids, he ain't bought the kids no clothes, he ain't done none of that stuff. That's what she said. And when she pulled out all that stuff for the baby shower, he didn't even know she had all of that stuff. She said that he bought a pack and play, and then if you watched the baby shower, then you saw it. If you didn't, I'll tell you right now. He pulled out some bags of clothes, and he gave her some different like little onesies and like little small knick-knack baby stuff. That's knick-knack. That's not the heavy hidden baby stuff. You could go and buy three. Okay, and I said this last time I talked about baby shower. I still don't know the answer, but somebody will end up telling me. Maybe somebody tell me in the comment section. Um, because I haven't actually bought that kind of stuff recently. Even with my new grandbaby, I just sent them some money so they can get whatever it is that they needed. But a 3-pack of onesies, the last time I bought some, it was $9.99. I imagine it's probably twice as much right now, $20, but $20 is what that was back in a while ago. So I don't actually see buying a few little clothing items for your own baby as major purchases. Yes, you buy the baby clothes, but you need to be the one getting the car seat and the stroller. You the man, right? You want to get interviewed by the manosphere. TMC was laughing. I was talking about that. The way he's talking and carrying on. They're ridiculous. Marcus is a mess. Something wrong with him. He's something wrong with him too. I don't believe his story either. Whatever he's saying about his upbringing or whatever, because I do think that's what be making the foundation. And when people be like that, I don't believe he's telling the truth because the story he tell do not match with who he turned out to be. So somewhere you're not telling the truth. That's just my opinion though. That's my opinion. I'm not gonna come. Well, okay, I ain't gonna go there. But um, that's my opinion of it. It's not matching. Mom and dad together, this picturesque household, everything going well, good or whatever, unless somebody was well, I don't know. I'm not gonna go on Marcus. Let me get back on West Indy and her chump of a baby daddy, or basically I'm gonna call him a FB because that's what he is. A truck boy. That's what he is, an FB. And he if all he bought was groceries this entire time and he's been around her for a few years at this point, that's still some simp energy. That's not masculine. That's not manly. So now you want these social media people to hype you up and say you're such a good guy that you should have the baby and not her. When all you did was bought groceries and take from this woman. So that makes you a candidate to be a better candidate to parent that child over the mom that's currently providing most of his essential needs, which is her breast milk. He's slow, and everybody that's pumping him up is slow. They slower than he is. He's delusional. That's obvious. They're slow. Like, come on, man. Like, it didn't even look like he was really providing. It's obvious. Especially if you've been following her and you've heard the stories. He's been doing simp stuff to her. And he didn't even fit in the manosphere. Where he at? He ain't linked with him no more. He couldn't even hang. He should be. If that's how you feel, stay over there with those men. He can't. He can't hang with those men. He can't. But I'm not saying those men are hard either, but there are some men that can't hang in a group of men. They can't hang with the men. They got to come back over to the women and attack women and be on woman stuff. And not all of them is, that way. I'm not talking about people who are rainbow. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about men who say that they are straight, but they can't hang with the men and they over there in women's business. something is off about you because why you ain't over there with the men? Like societally, we kind of socially we go one the women go with the women and men go with the men when it come to certain topics and things because men talk about what men talk about, women talk about what women talk about. Yes, men gossip just as much as women, if not more, but it's still a different conversation. Her baby daddy giving chump. So the baby shower, somebody said that in her comment section that her baby daddy said that he paid for everything regarding the baby shower. And she said, did he really say that? Now, mind you, Wilden did a couple of lives and Dirty deleted. Okay. Come out here dragging Maritza and then delete it. Yes, he got stuff up on his community wall, but he done went live a couple of times and deleted the evidence. Okay. So this commenter saying that he said that he provided he paid for the baby shower. That further to me feeds into his he bought the groceries lie, in my opinion, because I don't believe he paid for the baby shower either. I just don't. And I don't see him paying for a baby shower and it being, I guess that was at her place. I'm not sure where that was that they were at. I saw like the table or whatever. So I'm guessing it was a room in her house, but I don't know for sure where it was at. I didn't actually watch the full baby shower either. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can't really watch them like that. I be talking about it, whatever I see, but I turned it on. I watched the beginning. I sped my way through it. Then I went to the point where I saw all the gifts and I watched them open most of the gifts. I planned to go back and I haven't been back at this point in time, but I did watch them open most of the gifts. I saw him open his gifts first. I didn't see him open a pack and play. Maybe I wasn't looking because she said he provided a pack and play. I believe her. But I saw him open different bags of clothes. And I'm like, how much money did you pay? Is that what you borrowed the money from her for? So that it'll be her buying stuff for the baby and not you, cause what the heck? Or maybe that's all his Panera check could provide. Oh shoot, spicy hot. I just thought about something I almost wasn't gonna say right now because I heard her say it last night. OMG, hot off the presses. I gotta plant that right there. Boom. I'm gonna come back to that. Listen, so I saw him open these different bags of clothes, and I'm like, balling where? That's what you bought the baby. Where's the heavy hitter stuff? And then I watched her open some other stuff, and then some of the other bigger stuff was coming out, and she had all kind of things for the baby. And all I kept thinking was, how you gonna pay your rent, girl? You got extra stuff and all of that. You needed to go to the hospital and be like, I ain't got no car seat, and have them donate one. She needed to be like, can I get help with a stroller? Those agencies would have helped. That's what she needed to be doing. I need a two-seater stroller so I can push the toddler in the bed. Like that's what she needed to do. She needed to be at them agencies like, I need help with a baby bed. Like they would have helped her instead of ordering all that stuff when you know you need to pay your rent. And then your irresponsible baby daddy sitting there and y'all in looking goofy together. They look just look just as goofy as the other one in they white outfits, brand new from the store, with a salon hairdo and a nail salon hair. I mean nail do. You know what I mean? With the makeup and with the whole nine going on, and your goofy self is facing eviction and his goofy self sitting there right along with you, knowing that another month or two later, y'all gonna be dragging each other because he knew he wasn't gonna be there for that baby. He just wanted to keep on doing the same thing he been doing. And it's obvious too, because she said that um right after she came home with the baby, he was sitting there looking at her one day, Thomas, he want to put another baby in her. Girl, if you don't let that little heal. But she said that she didn't let him. Good for you. He's selfish. You will give him what? He don't care about you and your healing process. Take a break. They tell you to abstain for a reason. And at that time, I personally believe that you're extra, extra fertile. Mess around and being as soon as you dropped one, you got another one on board. She better not let that man touch her ever again, honestly. Now, this is the how many time now that he done dragged her publicly? And you gonna keep letting this man have private access to you? What is wrong with this girl? And then she's sitting there looking at the screen talking about, I've been told I was beautiful all of my life. So anybody that says that I am not is a hater. I know I'm pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna take away from whether she's pretty or not. She says she pretty. That's all that matters. It don't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Here's the thing. Pretty ain't enough. Pretty ain't you could just be just as pretty as you want to be. People that are absolutely stunningly gorgeous and you still goofy because you got this man that knocked you up and you giving him your energy even to fight with him, even acknowledging what he's saying. Act like he don't exist, cut him off, go to child support. She said on Monday for real. I don't think she'll be able to go on Monday because Monday's a holiday, like Easter Sunday. So some businesses have a holiday on Monday. I know because I am off. Thank you, Jesus. Won't he do it? So they might be closed. And so go on Tuesday though. Make sure she just need to make sure she go. Stop giving this man your energy. Don't let him have control. Don't let him have a say. Don't let him have any influence. He done took her down through there way too much. And she deserves better. She just gotta know that. And it ain't bad to put somebody on child support if they're inconsistent. And she confirmed he did not sign the birth certificate. How long has been? Whoa, that time flew by. I wasn't even planning to be on here that long. I'm not gonna go past the hour. Um, I need to go get me a cup of coffee. um, she confirmed that he did not sign the birth certificate because she was kind of alluding to it the other day, but she didn't flat out say it. Now she said it. He didn't. Damn, he is a F boy. He deserves no time and attention. He shouldn't even been at her house after she gave birth with the baby when he refused to sign the birth certificate. She already done took the baby out and went places. She should have been in child support stat. Oh, you ain't gonna sign the birth certificate? Hold my beer. Hold my breast milk. No, okay, I don't know. That should have stayed with hold my beer. That that joke didn't work. Hold my beer, right? Oh, okay. I'll take that. Don't sign the birth certificate, and I'll raise you a trip to family court. File for child support, and in the request ask that they have him do a paternity test and that they make him sign the birth certificate. And I know they will do that because I've watched family court. I don't again, I'll be saying I don't know if it's family court. I think child support go through family court, right? I think so. Like it for well, I don't want to, I ain't gonna go there. But anyway, whatever that the court is, but I believe it's family court. She could ask them to have him sign the birth certificate. She don't need him. She could use the system to work around it. Then that kid have access to whatever the kid might need to get access to later in life because the father's paternity is established. And if she really want to show the people who he is without talking to him and responding to him, she could vlog that as much as she could vlog it. Vlog that process and then block him. You ain't got to talk to him. Let the courts handle the visitation if there's visitation. Since he ain't acting right. Miss, I'm so pretty. Pretty ain't enough. People can debate what she look like all they want to. I don't really care. No matter to me. But if she thinks that she's the most gorgeous thing, then good for her. Pretty isn't enough. What is pretty without actions? You could be Miss America. It's not enough to just be Miss America. There's actions that goes along with that. Y'all, please double tap the screen for a like. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and so the as I go back to the baby shower too, I want to say like it just seemed like Mr. Will he's just a capper, all caps. But so the hot thing, hot off the presses. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Ooh, this is ooh. Will is on his channel projecting success, right? Mr. What what he calls himself, right? He got all this knowledge and wisdom he want to put out, right? Listen to this. Ooh, wait, this is unfortunate, but his life is a mess. While he over there roasting her, he need to be focusing on himself. Maritza said that he's about to lose his vehicle. She said the man is behind on his car payments. I said, not he facing repo. Now he out here with the appearances, making it seem like he all that in a bag of chips. That's what do he want the people to think, that he's achieved success and he's amassed wealth when he works at Panera Bread and he's behind on his car payments and about to lose his car. And his baby mama is behind on her rent and facing eviction. Months and months behind on her rent. And he's months and months behind on his car payments. So he said, give the kids to her older children to the mama and the baby to him and go be homeless. But she did not in return say, get a people their car and go without transportation. But she could have. She could have. So they both in financial strain. And she said he borrowed $600 from her to give to his daughter that was going off to college. And he never gave her the money back. He said it was a loan, but he would not give her $600 back. And I'm like, well, how are you loaning money to anybody and you facing eviction? You don't have any money to loan out because you're facing eviction. How the hell you got an eviction filed and you trying to stay where you trying to stay and you loaning money out? Y'all both irresponsible. Irresponsible. But what she said about him, I'm not surprised. And he probably mad. That's why he dragging her too, because she put his business out there, taking away from how he wants to look. But if you want to look like that, then figure your ish out and be that for real. You 40 something years old and you still ain't figured it out. Be that man, be that leader, be that protector, be that provider. Stop being a simp, a chump, a bum, a stressor. Something wrong with both of them, though. Something's wrong with both of them. Marissa's sitting on the internet talking about the stuff that she talking about. Her focus is all wrong. Her head is still filled with air and she still hasn't figured it out. She still hasn't figured it out. And it's a sad situation. What's going to happen? I don't know. Is she going to stop talking to him and paying him any attention? I don't know. If she was done like she said she was done, she wouldn't be entertaining him the way that she is. That's my opinion. So I do not believe that she's actually done. That's my opinion. People in the comment section saying something to her about him and her responding. I mean, to clarify things, absolutely. But to go back and forth on something, I say don't do it. I'm just one person with an opinion, but I say don't do it. But like I said, to clarify his lies, absolutely. He said he paid for the baby shower. He didn't. Tell it. Tell it. Say he didn't. Tell what he did. Maybe he'll go get his own stuff together. He needs to figure out his life. That he needs to do. He needs to figure out his own life and get his stuff together so that he can be a provider for the kids that are still minors, cuz it seemed like that's just not his focus. So, anyway, there is that. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Please double tap the screen for a like. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to wrap this up. I'm gonna end this with something completely unrelated. I almost wonder if I should just save it for the next one, but I think I'm gonna end with something completely unrelated. But anyway, let me just wrap that part up. Um, you know, honestly, I really have no questions or whatever. I do be having questions. Y'all know I be having questions, but I ain't got no questions for real. Like they both goofy. It is only so much that you can say. They gonna keep on doing what they do. She gonna keep being how she gonna be. Oh, I guess I do have a question. The question is, do you think that Maritza is actually done with Will? Or is Will gonna get a chance to put a baby in her like she said that he told her he wants to do? I think that Maritza's not done. That's what I think. She want to uproot and she want to leave is what she said. And I believe her, but I just think that she'll just do the exact same thing somewhere else if that's in fact what she does. Cuz everywhere you go, there you are, right? And unless she realizes that she's running from herself, she's never going to change. She has to realize because she loves to bring up pretty. It takes more than that, darling. It takes more than that. You got to recognize your worth. And like her or don't like her, she's definitely worth more. She deserves better. She has to know that. Will he gonna be what he gonna be? I don't much care for him either, but I'm just gonna speak to the woman and say, like, she has to recognize it, or she's gonna spend a lifetime doing the same things, and she will continue to have the same type of person and the same type of relationship, the person she's in the relationship with. Excuse me, the same thing over and over again, or she'll be stuck with a Will and a toxic situation. I mean, either Will or another version of a Will is what I'm saying. Unless she recognizes her own worth and value. And of course, if she wants something better, she has to be better. She isn't showing up as quality. So it's only so many folks that are gonna be she's gonna be appealing to in a potentially longevity kind of way. And it's not what I think she ideally wants because she doesn't show up as quality. She doesn't. She looks like baggage, but I don't think she gets that. And if she, when she hears that type of this type of talk about her, she just says that they're haters and what do they look like? And then it goes right back to that surface bull. It's more than what's on the surface. It's got to be more than that. The least attractive person can have the most quality relationship because they are quality. It's not all about looks. So, and I'm sure that everybody that's talking about her isn't what she said. Like she was talking about this other content creator and she said it's a AI image that the person is using, but that lady said that that is her own picture. And if that is her own picture, then she's very attractive and she's more attractive than Maritza. And so let's just go with what the content creator said that that is how she looks. So that disproves Maritza's point. But anyway, she gotta get off the surface. That's how she ended up with a will as well. And so what will happen? I don't know. Am I gonna watch the rest of her video? Maybe some of it. And then I might have something else to say. But until then, I'm done with that. But I want to say something else in closing, completely unrelated. I turned to a I turned to the Food Network, and this guy is on here, and he just made like this breaded chicken. He looked like he used a chicken breast. But I'm thinking like, ooh, that looks really delicious, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be better with a thigh, and I'm gonna actually pound out a chicken thigh and do it very similar. I'm not gonna do it the same way because he used flour and all that kind of stuff, and I don't want to use that. But he did that, and he put some oil, he toasted up, he's making a sandwich, so he toasted up the bread, and he put some oil on the bread, and then he took some fresh garlic and he rubbed the fresh garlic clove directly in the oil that's on the bread. Now, of course, because he's on the cooking network, he made his own mayo. and and then he's getting ready to make this chicken sandwich. And I'm sitting here, haven't eaten since I woke up. And I'm like, that looks absolutely delicious. So I woke up and I was thinking about making pancakes, eggs, and all that kind of stuff because that's what I was going to eat yesterday. But my stomach kind of hurt from what I ate yesterday. So I don't really want that today. But this chicken sandwich is looking good. Of course, I don't. Dang, only thing we got is wings. Anyway, one other thing I was going to mention. Hello, welcome, welcome. Please double tap the screen for a like. Thank you, thank you. The other thing I was gonna mention, they on this same cooking show before this guy started making a chicken sandwich, they was making like a burger and they made like a whole little platter for you to self-serve and make your burger how you want to. And one of the things that they made as a I guess an appetizer while they was making a burger, I think that's how they did it with some fried boiled eggs. And I've been seeing people online lately making fried boiled eggs. I'm tripping that somebody made it on the Food Network. But let me tell y'all something. I would say I would post it over here, but it's not going to show you a date and time or whatever. I don't even know if I where I still got that picture at. But let me tell you something. My oldest son, it's easily been 10 years. Easily 10 years. This boy fried some boiled eggs. Just like how I've been seeing people do lately. He was experimenting. He was new to being allowed to be in the kitchen and cook and do all the things. Well, he might have been in there a little bit, but he had started experimenting with things that he was preparing. And one day he came upstairs and he was like, he had like a tray. And I'm like, what is that? This boy done fried some boiled eggs. And he took pictures and filmed it or whatever. He posted it on his own socials. And he was like, taste it. And I'm like, it tastes like that look like heartburn. It looked like I'm gonna have the bubbling guts. I'm like, I'm good on that. He like, taste it, please. He was so proud of himself. So he took the eggs. And he did it 2 ways. He took whole eggs and he battered them and he fried them. He also took the eggs where he cut them in half, took the yolk out, he battered them and he fried them. And then he mixed the yolk up and made like a little, something with it, and he had that on the side as like a dip. You when you make deviled eggs, you put it in the egg. He put it on the side as a dip. That thing was so good. I said, wow, I can't believe. I said, boy, people will take anything healthy and make it bad. That was the first time I had ever seen a fried boiled egg. I'm telling you, it was really good. And he been making it ever since. But I don't really eat them because you know, fry the egg. It's already loaded with cholesterol. He's making it more and more. like, or less and less healthy. I was gonna say more and more unhealthy, but less and less healthy. So I'm like, no, I don't want it. But I'm trying to tell you that thing was good. He made the batter, he seasoned the batter, he did the whole thing, and it had a little crunch to it. It was crunch and then it was soft underneath. And I just sat here on this cooking show and watched them do this fried boiled egg. I'm about to call that boy, like, look. What did like did it take off on social media after that or something? I don't really know. I've only seen it lately though. I have seen it on social media lately, but only within the last like few months. So I don't know if other people was doing it or whatever or how that went, but that's the first time I ever saw it. So I just thought that was funny. So I figured I'd mention it here before I wrap this up. Um or whatever. Have y'all ever seen like fried boiled eggs? If you have you ever made them? Do you know someone that makes them? Have you ever tasted them? What do you think about them too? I'm curious about all of that. But yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna get out of here. I wasn't really planning to be on here this long. I thought I was gonna be on and off in a matter of minutes, but I kept I had forgot about what I heard last night. So I was like, let me go ahead and throw that in here. Or whatever. But yeah, so with that being said, everybody that watched, I want to thank you. If you caught the live, if you catch the replay, thank you for the view. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Like you see a little bit of everything over here from the street sector to the LA sector to trending topics, hot topics, and a little bit of shorts with a little bit of comedy in it sometimes too. It's a play off of things that are actually happening with a little twist to it, the way that I see. Sometimes some comedy to it, or sometimes with the way I could see that it might be have happened. And I owe a couple of part twos, and I plan to get those out this weekend. So with that being said, if you haven't liked the video, please double tap the screen for a like or hit that thumbs up so I can get a like. I definitely appreciate that. And with that being said, I'm gonna wish y'all a very happy Saturday. Hope that y'all are having a great Resurrection Day weekend slash Easter weekend, and wishing love and peace and blessings to you all. I know I got stuff that I really need to accomplish today, so I'm about to go on and get some stuff done for real. And with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here and I'm gonna catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.